also run a 2-meter sideband net this evening from 7 to 8 p.m. on 144.230. And you guys can make that too. I'll try to get back down here and make it when you guys have yours. Let's see. Run a 74612, 6 and 2 amplifier. Probably about 400, 800 watts, something like that, depending on my peaks. And like I said, and the antennas are down right now. They're only about 35 feet in the air. Let's see, with the T1 MIX, I think I turned to the 6VAM.
Yeah, David, very good. I'm on my vertical now. Do you copy me, brother? Okay. Most of us are vertical, just because, most of us live our lives in FM land, and as a result, we don't have all that many antennas. But next time around, David, tell us what the group is that you run on 144.230 sideband, and that'd be really interesting. And certainly you're welcome here, and it's great to have you on board. And next time around, tell us how you found out about it. So we don't try to keep it a secret, but sometimes it's hard to get the publicity going. But like I was telling Mark earlier, the cross-pollination, I think it's great. I checked in on the Mozonet on Sunday and said hello, and I mentioned Mark's independent radio club stuff that's going on. And the more that we can do to support one another, I think the better off we all are. So enough battling from me. I'll turn it over to Mark, N6MGM to take it, K1LIX, and then you turn it over to Woody.
Okay, guys, well, it's going to be the last round for me. I'm going to check into the flat room. Got to get up early in the morning. Anyway, as to RSVP, whoever it was that asked, it would be appreciated if somebody gives me a call at the shop, at least by Friday, so I know how many books to bring. Other than that, come on down and we'll have a good time Saturday and Sunday. Have a good evening, everybody, and 6MGM is going QRT. Thanks a lot, guys. Quick shop. I'm sorry. And radio outlet, HRO Burbank. Roger, thanks.
Okay, Mark 73, thank you very much for checking in and playing along. And maybe we'll see you Saturday, if not before. And we'll send it over to W6WDY, Woody. I don't want to get you again. You got to stick around, man. I'll forget it. So it's W6WDY to take it, K1MIX.
I'll probably see you Thursday night. I hope you see something about Saturday and Sunday. I don't know, unless you got 3 teams in this division, I don't think I'll be there Saturday or Sunday, but you'll probably be there Thursday. I've got a couple of things in mind for the little Sunday to pick up and about the other side of the station. I'd like to talk to you for this Thursday.
phonetics. Yeah, no, thank you. John, I'm looking for it online, by the way. If I remember right, the registration for D-Star is algorithmic in nature, so you don't even have to register at all. I mean, perhaps the private repeater systems will do a separate lockout, but just getting the validation code, or I might be actually remembering APRS. Never mind. I take everything I just said back. It's all lies. Just real quickly, I'm able to hear everybody fairly well except for David. David, with a little bit of a noise processing, I can kind of get, and I think that's all what I really wanted to get out of the test of switching over to a better home antenna system. So now I'm on the GP6, and that seems to be working well, and I hope people can hear me okay. Let me I didn't realize that Mark was actually IRC, which I think is the only D-Star repeater I have programmed into my system, if that's the same IRC. I will turn it over to you, John. W9APX, this is K6ATL. Thanks, Jonathan. W9APX here. Yep, I actually performed the complete reset on the radio.
I wanted to learn how to program it, and I wanted to get his call sign out of there so that there wasn't any mistake or problem. So it's got a fresh reset and fresh programming going on. But it's actually a very, very easy radio to program. Looked at the manual for a couple minutes and put the manual away, and that was it. Let's see. Nothing really more to report. I'm actually going to go QRT here because I had a long day at work, and I want to go flat like Mark and rest the old Mark 1 eyeballs for about 8 hours. So I'll say 73 to everybody. It was great hearing everybody out here tonight and talking to everybody. And I will more than likely be on the Thursday evening repeater net for the San Fernando Valley Club net. So I'll hope to hear all of you there. This is W9APX. I will be clear and QRT.
I'll turn it to me, I'll turn it to Gwendolyn, and then you can turn it to Mike. Since I heard you will kind of keep the rotation that way. So Bet to me to Gwendolyn, Gwendolyn to Mike. And I turn my beam down towards David. And David, we've only been here a couple of months. On Tuesday and Friday night, it's 9 o'clock. And it's not a net, it's just a round table. Just, kind of come in and fit in wherever you might fit. And we just kind of go around, and each person gets a chance to say they're running and a little information about them if they aren't somebody. Most of us are in the San Fernando Valley, with the exception of Nick, who is up in Cascade. And I have a little trouble tonight. I heard Nick actually the best pointed at 60 degrees, which I have a big mountain right between Nick and I. So I imagine that Nick and Woody probably aren't hearing me too good because I rotated the beam down to a group of people on your frequency that we're here, and we'll try to propagate yours and vice versa, because the object is to try to keep 2-meter sideband alive a little bit more. And I think I've heard your net before, and I think that's what you guys kind of try to do too, is keep interest in sideband alive, and that's kind of what we're trying to do, is get more people to try it out and find out how much fun it is. And with having people kind of all over the place, kind of the idiosyncrasies of sideband versus FM, most all of us are very familiar with how FM propagates on 2 meters, and like Mike told you, I'm vertical as well. I have an 11-element beam at about 50 feet here in Chatsworth, northwest end of the San Fernando Valley. And it's horizontally polarized because until we got this round table going, the last time I used 2-meter sideband was in the 80s. We just didn't have a lot of it. since then, other than a few sporadic ones like yours. So maybe if we take a note and visit 144-230 from 7 to 8, and you might go over that again for those that maybe didn't hear you, but and then if you let your people know that we're here Tuesdays and Friday nights from 9 o'clock till we poop out. Usually not more than an hour and a half, and sometimes less than an hour. It just kind of depends on how many show up and what we find to talk about that's of interest. And I have to keep a little pad here because I discovered the first few times somebody will say something that I'd like to comment on, but by the time it gets around to me, I forgot what it was I was going to comment on. So I give myself a little brain teaser here to remind me. For example, I have IRC here. Somebody said, is that the net Mark does? Yes. IRC, Independent Radio Club, is a club that a lot of us at HRO belong to, and so do a lot of other people besides us, but most of us do. I don't get a chance to go a lot. Gwendolyn goes quite a bit, but I don't. And David, I also work for Ham Radio Outlet part-time, as does Gwendolyn that just came on a few moments ago, and Mark who left also, and we advertise it in the office there that about this organization.